is one adjustment you can do which professionals tend to use and they swear by. Sometimes they also swear at it as well. It can be a bit difficult to get your head around it sometimes, but let's come to Image, Adjustments, Curves, which is Control plus M on a PC, Command plus M on a Mac. I suggest you learn that shortcut. You're going to be using these a lot. Okay, so there's the curves dialog box. Where's the curve? Well, that's the curve there. Yes, I know it's a straight line, but look here, if I click and drag on it, there you go, there's a curve. There's another curve. Here's some more control on the curve. Let's do things with this curve. Oh, there's another curve there. That's what the curve is. That little line there, which I'm sticking control points on and I'm adjusting. But what am I actually doing? Well, first of all, let's get rid of them. Drag them off to the side. Left or right, you get rid of them and you're left with this straight line. Right, now here is the same graph that we get with the levels dialog box, and it shows all the kind of colours we've got, and you can see we've got quite a compressed colour range. We've got starting off with the kind of darkish greys, coming a big mass there, another big mass there, finishing at kind of lightish greys, but we need a greater colour range here. Now the nice thing about this is, if I click anywhere here, see the little eyedropper tool? If I start clicking there, take a look at my curved line. Wherever I click, it's showing me what colours I'm clicking on, what tones I'm clicking on in this case. And as you can see, this large dark grey shoe, that's forming this massive dark greys here. Now what about this lighter greys here? I'll take a guess. Is that floor behind? Yeah, there. See, there's a large area of floor, so you're getting a lot of things falling there. This little peak here, I'll take a guess, it's inside the small shoes. Yeah, and around the rim there. Okay, so you can see at a glance what areas are going to be affecting by using the eyedropper tool. That is very useful. Alright, well I'm going to put a point right in the middle. See where the two lines cross? That is mid-grey. I'm going to click there and put a point. And so now it's telling me input, this is this line here, the darks to lights. I've clicked point on value 128, i.e. bang on mid-grey, which at the moment the output, because it's a straight line, is also 128. But if I push it upwards, watch what happens. The image gets lighter. Now, that input, which was 128, is now red 154, green 154, blue 154. It's not just that particular value. All the values surrounding it have all been upped as well by a similar amount. But as you get towards the end, where the points are in their original position, the very ends haven't been changed. But as the curve goes along, as it deviates from this line here, so the colour values get changed more. That is the basic principle of curves. Let's get rid of that for a second. Now here is something you'll see a lot in the curve dialog box. If you want to up the contrast, I've just upped all the light greys here because I've put a point fairly high up and shifted it up. But as for the darks, I'm going to make the darks darker. See this S-shaped curve? Immediately you're getting much more contrast in there. That S-shaped curve is a classic curve you'll get if you want to up the contrast. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that point there. That point there. There's another way you can do it. Take the end point and shift it along so it joins the start of this graph, the start of the colours in the picture. I'm going to shift this one along so it becomes there. Again, I'm getting more contrast. I can also put a point here and further adjust it. This is actually very similar to what we were doing with levels, adjusting the start and end point and the bit in between. But the difference here is I can put in as many points as I want, so I can fine-tune there. I want to click on Alt for reset. I want to show you something. I want to take this, and make it very, very narrow. Here's a rule of thumb with curves. If the part of the curve is shallow, you're going to get less contrast. But if the curve is steeper, like that, If the curve is steeper than the control line, you're going to get more contrast. Now, let's put in the S-shaped curve again. It can be, you can start to get a bit too frisky with this. Okay, you can start to get too contrasty an image there. Although this can be useful, maybe we'll do this in a later tutorial, this can be useful for selecting only certain colours. And here's a very common, please don't do this at home, you get a reverse curve where you get all these bits at the light and dark bits are more contrasty, but the middle bit where all the information is gets all compressed into one area, and you can see it's looking like pea soup fog there. Okay, you don't want that. So for this one, for this image, I'll put in 2 control points to get a more contrasty image. Yeah, more contrasty there. I can come in and make various changes. I just wanted to show you the general principles behind curves. A lot of people get confused. They're really quite simple. Let's use curves within a colour context. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, maybe you consider clicking on one of the links below and check out my game called Disco Baby, which is on the iTunes Store or Android stores like Google Play. It has 3 different games in it, a memory game, a maths game for children, and a dance along with me game for toddlers to join in with. Thanks for your time.